Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back at home. I'm so excited to be back and here to guide your practice. So, we'll begin just with a nice, relaxing breathing inward, calming the nervous system. Take it easy coming back in after being, even though you guys have been running it on Thursdays, just kind of taking a little ease on the body. So let's begin by closing our eyes, placing our hands on our lap, palms down to ground if you really feel like you need to ground in. Palms up to receive, or I invite you into a Gyan Mudra with the index fingers and thumbs touching, just resting on your lap. And just sitting up nice and tall, beginning to take those breaths in mindfully through the nose and out the nose. And just grounding your feet in, feeling all the four corners of the feet touching the floor, and feeling the floor as it supports you, as it supports your chair. And just a reminder to everyone to just keep an ear out for your body, listen to your body, and just go with what feels good for you today. Body's different every day. Balance is different every day. So practice with compassion and mindful movement according to how you're feeling. So I invite you to close your eyes or just soften your gaze, the tip of your nose. And sitting up nice and tall, grounding those sits bones into the chair. And those are the two pelvic points right in the hip and the buttocks area that just touch, that are the touching points into a seat. And what you can do is just kind of sway a little bit so you can just feel where those points touch, or if you need to remove the flesh to get that touch in to the chair, feel free to do that as well. So slowing down the day, if you've already have a fast-paced morning, you're slowing down the day by taking those breaths in and out of the nose. And I invite you to either count to the count of 3 or 4 as you breathe in, and as you exhale out. And in doing that, we begin to lengthen the breaths in and lengthen the exhales out. So as you breathe in, feel your chest expand, rib cage expands, belly expands. And as you exhale, belly falls, chest falls. And just letting that air come all the way out, getting rid of the stagnant air in our bodies as we deep breathe. Take a nice inhale in. Again, feeling the chest expand, rib cage expands, belly expands. And then as you exhale, just let it all go, releasing anything that doesn't serve you anymore. And continue to breathe in and out through the nose, just calming the mind, calming our nervous system from anything, any fast-paced goings-ons from the morning, calming the chit-chatter of the mind. And then taking a moment here, inviting you to join me with your prayer hands up at heart center. And taking a moment here to set the intention for your practice today. I invite you to set this intention through your practice, for your practice. And it's the intention you take with you as you continue your day, continue your weekend. And then from here, flutter your eyes open. And I'm going to invite you to take that deep breath in. And as you inhale, bring the palms up above your head. And then flip the palms as you exhale, pressing the walls away. Inhale, palms rise. Palms come together above the head. And then exhale, prayer hands come all the way down to the heart. Inhale, palms rise. Exhale, press the walls away. Inhale, palms rise again. Palms press together. Exhale, coming back down in front of the heart. One more time. Inhale, palms rise. Exhale, press the walls away. And then one more. Raising up above our heads. Exhale, bringing our hands back down to heart center. Beautiful. And then just resting our hands on our lap here. We're going to begin to get into our joints from the bottom up. So with that, I'm going to just invite you just to have your feet about hip distance apart. We're going to get into our toes. So however it feels comfortable for you, grounding the feet in. On the inhale, our heels are going to rise and we're going to press into the toes. That may feel a little bit uncomfortable. And just take a breath into it. And then exhale, bring the heels down, lift the toes. And then again, raising the heels, pressing into the toes. And then bring the heels back down, lift the toes. One more time, raising those heels, pressing into the toes. And then exhale, bring the heels back down, lift the toes, spread the toes, and then place the toes on the floor and grasp the floor with your toes, kind of like how I guess a cat would dig in to fur or into your skin maybe. So just feeling that that groundedness through our feet. And it brings our awareness to what our feet feel underneath. All right, so from here, extending that left leg out, we're going to start our ankle circles. Now you can begin this way with one ankle, both ankles. Any direction is fine. It's however it feels comfortable to you. And then we're going to go the opposite direction. And then we're going to place that foot back down and get to the other one. Other ankle rotates. And just moving around that joint fluid that sometimes can build up when we're sitting for too long, or sometimes when we're standing for too long. And then going the opposite direction. Even when we're lying down, that fluid can build up. And then placing that foot back down. And then from here, just gently bring that left knee up towards your chest. Take a nice deep breath in and release. Bring that right knee towards the chest. And then release. And then from here, we're going to get into our hips. Two things we're going to do. So first, we're going to start with our torso circles, getting into the pelvic bowl and in kind of feeling the joints here. And then we're going to isolate the hip joints. So from here, I like to place my hands right where the joints meet just because I like to feel that. You can place your hands on your lap or however you feel comfortable to your sides. And then we're just going to begin drawing circles, I guess you can say, with our head around. And just bring the head forward, shoulders come forward, and then you just come all the way around. And try to sync your breath with your movements. So always keeping our breath in mind. Inhaling as you begin to go around and exhaling as you come over to the other side and start over. So this kind of forces you to slow your breath down a little bit or slow your movement down with your breath. And then we're going to go the opposite direction. Taking a breath in And letting it out as you come around again. And then coming back to center. This time we're going to do the opposite side again. So we're going to begin to rotate the opposite direction. This time bring your shoulders into it. So bring your shoulders inward. So you're making two different movements here. One with your hips and the other one just bringing your shoulders in. So moving the spine a little bit. And then we're going to go the opposite direction. And just moving the shoulders or just feeling where your body is. I invite you to close your eyes. Sometimes it feels good just to close your eyes and move the body and let the body take you where it will. One more circle around. And then let's come back to center. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale our arms up. And then exhale, let that all go. From here, bring that left knee up towards his chest. And point or flex, you can move your ankle, rotate it around. And then place that leg back down, right knee towards your chest or right shoulder. And then release. Coming back to the joints, we're going to get into the left hip joint. So let's begin by creating the little circles with our knee. And just depending on your mobility, so you can start small. I always like to start small and then increase depending just on the mobility or how your hip is feeling today. And then moving it in the opposite direction. And remembering practicing with compassion. If something doesn't feel good, just ease away from that movement. And then bring that back to center. And we'll get to the other hip joint. So little circles, any direction is fine. And then bigger circles if that feels good to your hip. And then going the opposite direction, again starting small and then drawing bigger circles. And you can go slowly or however you feel you need to move that hip around. And then come back to center when you're ready. Okay, so from here, let's inhale our arms up. This time let's look at our fingers here. Reach back just a little bit. And then exhale, come back to center, move the arms forward, bringing them all the way back down. Inhale, arms come up, palms come together. Exhale, bring them back down to heart center. Beautiful. So from here, let's release our hands, getting into the neck and shoulders and the upper spine. So we'll take a nice deep breath in, bring those shoulders up to the ears, roll them back. One more roll. Just kidding, one more. All right, and then just relax the shoulders here. Bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then come back to center. Right ear moves towards your right shoulder. And come back to center. Take a gaze over to the left. And then coming back to center, take that gaze all the way over to the right. And then coming back to center, again, bring that left ear towards the left shoulder. This time, extend your right arm out, palm face down, and then just see where, maybe flipping the palm up, just kind of slowly moving that hand at the wrist, and then rest it with the palm up, and then bring that ear a little bit closer to the shoulder, and then come all the way back up, releasing the hand. Same thing on the opposite side. Bring the right ear to right shoulder. And then extend the left arm out. And then you can rotate your wrist. See See how that feels. And then placing your palm up, bringing that ear a little bit closer to the shoulder, and then releasing the arm, releasing the neck back to center. Beautiful. Let's do half moon circles in front of our chest. So bring your nose over to your left shoulder. And then from here, draw that nose all the way down across the chest over to the right shoulder. And then bring your nose all the way down, half moon, across the chest, all the way to the left shoulder. And again, drawing a half moon, nose comes all the way over to the right shoulder. And then coming back to center, lifting your head up, chin parallel to the floor. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Drop the head, chin moves towards the chest, extending those neck muscles in the back and upper shoulders. And then bringing your gaze all the way back to center. Inhale your arms up. This time flip the palms, bring your arms back behind you if you can. Actually, just reach back. We'll get behind our back in a moment. And then bring the arms all the way forward, all the way back up. Flip the palms and release. Bring your hands to your lap here. Resting your hands on your knees or just on your lap, however it feels good. We're going to begin our cat-cow cycles. So on the inhale, our heart and chest move forward, gaze rises slightly. And then on the exhale, we're going to curve the spine, chin comes towards the chest. And then inhale, move the heart forward, gaze rises slightly. And then on the exhale, bring that chin towards the chest, curving the spine like a cat. And what I like to do, I do like to place my hands on my knees and go back and forth mindfully with your breath and just kind of using the resistance that your knees provide. Exhale, curve the spine, shoulders move inward, heart melts inward. And on the inhale, collarbone expands as the heart moves forward. And then just continue doing these movements, syncing your breath just on your own. You can close your eyes. And we're just warming up the spine here. So go as slow as you need to go. Getting that spine to move from the base of the skull all the way down to the base of the spine. And then coming back to center when you're ready. From here, let's do a little twist here. We're going to take this left arm up, bring it across the body to the right knee. And from here, you can relax the right arm onto the chair and hold onto the chair. We're going to start this way. Inhale, lengthen the spine through the crown, and then take that movement over towards the right side. So the right shoulder moves back a little bit. Maybe you want to take your gaze over your shoulder. And then slowly unwind, coming back to center, releasing the hands, repeating the same thing opposite side. Right arm across the body over to the left knee, resting the left hand onto the chair, holding onto the chair. Inhale, lengthen the spine through the crown. Take that breath and then exhale, bring that left shoulder back, twisting to the left side. Maybe taking a gaze over your shoulder. And then slowly unwinding. So in that twist, we're not just working the spine, but we're also taking a squeeze in those internal organs in our body that don't get that squeeze often. So we're squeezing the liver and squeezing all of that and getting kind of like massaging the inner organs right there. All right, so let's inhale and exhale, let it all go. All right, so let's bring that left arm up, bring it across the body, bring that right arm towards your, like bring it around the elbow, and bring that right arm towards you, just opening up that shoulder. And then release, extend that right arm out, bring it across the body, bring that left hand, pulling that bicep towards you. And then releasing and shaking it out. Bring both hands shoulder height. Bring your hands, palms behind the head. Place your, sorry, it's going to be a little bit challenging for me with the mic. So place the palms of your hand at the base of your head. Press your head into your palms. Expand the elbows out, opening the chest, taking a nice inhale in. And then on the exhale, bring the elbows towards one another. Inhale, bring the elbows out, expand the chest. And then exhale, bring the elbows towards one another. One more time. Expand the elbows out. Exhale, bring them back in. This time, lower your chin towards your chest. Opening up the shoulders. You're curving the spine here and then coming back to center. And releasing the hands and shaking it out if that feels good. All right, so from here, take your feet out, your legs come out. We're just going to do a quick full body stretch in the chair. So extending the legs out, open up those arms, extend out like a star, and then bring it all the way back in. Okay, let's get into our sun salutation. So bringing the legs about hip distance apart, or however it's comfortable for you. Sometimes just a little over hip distance, just to have room for your torso. Again, if you have blocks at home, or you could use a book, if it bothers you to fold forward all the way, you could place the block at different heights depending on your comfort. So I'll just demonstrate. I actually like this height. So we'll begin. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, we're going to fold forward all the way down. And then from here, before we go into our half lift, just let your head hang. And just let gravity take your head, shaking it yes and no. It's kind of getting into using gravity to lengthen your spine. And then from here, lift the chest. Bring your hands to your shins, bring the shoulders back, and then feel the base of your spine move towards the earth. Feel that energetic pull with the crown of your head. So you're lengthening that spine and then gently placing your hands on your lap, tucking the elbows in, coming all the way back up. Beautiful. All right. Keeping the hands on your lap and tucking in the elbows, gently lean forward. And then bring your gaze up, pressing the chest forward. And then gently coming back to seated. All right, inhale, arms come up. Reach up through those fingertips, lengthen, but keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold forward. Dropping the head, just melting into your lap, and then gently bringing the hands to your shins. Shoulders move back, opening up, broadening up that collarbone, and then gently coming back up, tucking the elbows. Inhale, lengthen the spine through the crown, and then gently lean forward. Puff your chest out like a bird right here, so bring those shoulders back. It's a form of cobra. Again, really tucking in those elbows, and that helps bring your shoulders back, and then gently coming all the way back up. Nice. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bring the arms behind you this time. try and see if you can bind or interlace the fingers. So you're not going to bring the arms behind the chair, just behind you here. And if you need to scoot up in the chair, you can do that. So with your fingers interlaced, pull those wrists towards your heels, let's say, or towards the earth. You'll feel the shoulders move back. Okay, ground your feet into the floor. And then take a nice inhale. We're going to lean forward. And then gently come all the way forward, lifting the arms behind you. And then gently grounding those feet in, lifting the chest, coming back up all the way to seated. It's amazing to feel how your body is lifting everything up, your torso. And then release the hands, bring the arms all the way back up. And then exhale, let it go. All right, so do you feel that? So you really start to feel all the muscles moving in the torso, engaging to lift the weight of the torso. So we'll do that again. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bring the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Pull those wrists towards the earth. Open up the chest. Shoulders move back. And on the inhale, you're going to start to lean forward. Ground those feet into the floor. Let the feet and the earth support you. Slowly leaning forward, hinging forward, lifting the arms behind you. And then ground the heels in, lift the chest, come all the way back up. And release the hands, release the bind, shake it out. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, let it all go. All right. So from here, let's bring our hands just over to our shoulders and then take a little movement over to the left, coming back to center, and then taking that shoulder movement to the right. And then coming back to center, releasing the hands, inhaling the arms back up. Exhale, melt forward, forward fold. Inhale with your half lift, bringing the hands to shin as your shoulders move back and your chest broadens. And then gently placing the hands on your lap, tucking in the elbows, coming all the way back up. From here, just take that left leg towards your left shoulder. So you can hold your leg like this or bring it up so you feel a little pinch in the hip. And then flex the foot. You could feel those muscles in the calf as your foot flexes. And then release. Same thing on the other side. Bringing that right knee towards your right shoulder. Feeling that little pinch and then flexing the foot, feeling those muscles in the calf, front of the shin, and then release. Beautiful. Inhaling, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to the shins for your half lift. Spine is nice and long through the crown. Bring that lower spine towards the earth, and then gently placing the hands on your lap, coming all the way back up. Nice. All right, so let's get to standing. Ground the feet in. Take a stand up. And we'll start to move the rest of our body, getting our legs into it. So let's begin by just cycling, pedaling the feet in, up and down. So again, we're getting into the toes, warming up the feet in a different way. And then bringing the heels back down so feet are nice and parallel to each other. Toes point forward, heels behind the toes, holding onto the chair if that feels comfortable to you. We're going to do a little balancing on our toes. So come all the way up to the tippy toes. If you're behind your chair, see if you can let go, and then gently coming all the way back down. It's a nice balancing practice. And then coming onto the toes again. Lift the chest, bring the shoulders back. Let go if you want. then coming all the way back down. Let's try that one more time. Come up to the tippy toes. Lift the chest. Lift through the crown. Maybe let go. And then come all the way back down. Nice. All right, so from here, let's inhale our arms up. Palms come together. Reach up through the fingers. Take a gentle lean over to the left. And then come back to center slowly. Inhale, lengthen, and then take that lean over to the right. And then coming back to center, releasing the hands. Inhale, left arm comes up. Reach that right arm all the way down and then reach through the fingertips of that left arm, that left hand, and then bring it down. Right arm comes up, reach to the fingertips, let that left arm just reach down towards the earth, and then come back down. All right, so let's get into our downward facing dog. So holding on to the back of the chair. So there's two different ways you can do it. So I have a very high chair here, so I can definitely go ahead and do downward facing dog here. But this is kind of high for me. So another way to do it is you can turn your chair around and you could take a few steps back here. So placing your hands on the base of the chair, on the seat of the chair, and doing downward facing dog this way. So hips move back, arms move forward, keeping the shoulders in their sockets. So you'll feel the shoulder blades move towards one another. You can soften the knees here so you don't hyperflex. And then gently walking back up to standing. Beautiful. All right, inhale your arms up. And exhale. Bring the arms behind you. Interlace the fingers. Draw those wrists towards the earth. Open up the chest. And from here, maybe your gaze rises, shoulders kind of move back as the wrists move down. And then slowly coming all the way back up, releasing the bind, inhaling the arms up, and letting it go. All right, so let's get into a warrior one position. So can you see me okay? So I'm going to take a few steps, actually standing right behind the chair, hands on the back of the chair. Take a step back with your left foot. Heel comes down. So you're on train tracks here. So right foot is pointing forward. Knee bends, stacked right over the ankle. And then back leg, your foot is at a 45-degree angle. So take a moment here and feel the anchors in your legs. So the anchors are the back outer edge of the back foot. And then the big toe of the front foot plugs into the floor. Okay, so that's your anchor, which means that's what's going to stabilize your stance. Inhale, either both arms rise or one. Take a nice deep breath in. And we got warrior one right here. Pull in the navel. And then gently bring the arms back behind you. Interlace the fingers. Open up the chest. So something we are repeating in our movements. And then release the bind. Inhale the arms up. And then this time bring your arms into cactus arms. And then you're going to inhale. Arms are going to rise back up. You're going to straighten that front leg. And then exhale, bend the front leg. Bring the arms back to cactus arms. So 3 more times here. Extending. And then coming back into cactus arms with the front knee bent. Inhale. And then come back down, bending the front knee. Beautiful. Let's extend our arms one more time. Extend the leg. And then come back down into our warrior one position. extending the arms up, and then releasing them, bringing that back leg to meet the front. And then we're going to do the opposite side. So opposite side, same stance, front knee stacks over the ankle, and the back foot is in a 45-degree angle. So your toes are pointing towards the right toes are pointing towards the right leg of the chair. And so feel the anchors. So your weight is pressing into that back, into the outer edge of that back foot. Right, the left toe of the front foot plugging into the floor. Inhale, arms rise. Pull in the navel, reach the fingertips. And then from here, releasing the hands, bringing the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, opening up the chest. Release the bind here, bring the arms all the way back up into warrior one, and then come back down to cactus arms. Beautiful. We'll begin the extension. Inhale, extend that front leg, arms come up. Exhale, arms come into cactus arms, bending the front knee. Inhale, extend the front knee, arms come up, and then exhale, here we go. Inhale, rise, and exhale, come back down. One more time. Inhale, rise, extend that front leg, and exhale, cactus arms, bending the front knee, then reach up, back into warrior one, and then gently release the arms, bring that back leg to meet the front. Nice. So take a few steps back, getting back into your downward facing dog, however you feel comfortable doing it. So let your hips extend back. Arms extend forward, keeping the shoulders in their sockets, and that's how you feel those scapulas working towards each other. And then gently coming back up to standing. Inhale, arms come back up, coming into your prayer hands. As you exhale, bring your prayer hands back down to heart center. Beautiful. So let's get into tree, a little balancing here. So we'll do the left side first. So if you remember tree, we have a nice strong standing leg. So you can stay close to your chair, so you can, if you feel comfortable, holding on to your chair as opposed to letting go. So nice strong right leg. So that means engaging the quad, lifting that kneecap. Foot is nice and grounded. So with the left foot, we're either going to kickstand, and it's okay to place the toes on the floor. Another option is on the ankle, lifting the toes off the floor. Another option is the calf. Okay. Never on the knee, but if you really, if you've practiced yoga and you've done this before and feel comfortable, then you can bring your foot into your inner thigh here. Okay, so it all depends on what you feel comfortable with. Okay, so nice strong standing leg. What helps also is to pick a focus point that's not moving. So that helps you stay focused. Once you have that strong standing leg, kick standing your foot where you feel comfortable. Bring your hands to heart center. Lift the chest. Lift through the crown, lengthening the spine. And when you're ready and have your balance, you can reach for your tree. Several ways you can keep your arms pointed this way with your palms together, or you can expand your arms and then bring them back, and then bring them back down to heart center and release your foot. Beautiful. Great job. Great job, guys. Okay. Other side. Nice, strong left standing leg. So engaging the quad, lifting the kneecap. Foot is nice and grounded, focusing on something that's not moving in front of you. Okay. Kickstanding the foot where you feel comfortable, letting that leg just open up into that hip area. You can have your hands at heart center. Remember, keeping that strong standing leg is engaging that quad, and that's helping your balance. And then when you're ready, reach for your tree. You can open up your arms or keep them where they're comfortable. Bring them back together. Bring them back down to your heart. And then release your leg. Awesome. Inhale your arms up. Nice. And exhale, let it all go. All right, so shake it out. Let's do a quick breath of joy. So if you remember, I think you'll be able to do a nice ha sound through your mouth, and that's a nice release. So on the inhale, I can demonstrate before you start. So on the inhale, I like to bend my knees and reach forward and reach up. And then on the exhale, I just let it all go and let it drop and sweep the hands back, the arms back, and do the same thing, okay? So let's do that. So inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, make that ah sound as you release. Inhale, come all the way back up. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale. Inhale, arms rise. Let it go. One more time. Reach and let it go. Nice. And coming back and letting it go. And then let's do the little sway with the body. It just feels good to let the arms release, hips release. And then let's extend our legs out, and let's continue with that movement. And this time we're going to bring our legs into it, right? So we're going to lift the heel, and then you can reach. So just moving the body in the way that it wants to move. 2 more times. 1 more reach. And let's get back to center. Bring your feet back together. Inhale your arms up. Exhale. Bring it back down. Bring your hands to heart center. And just take a moment here to close your eyes. And just notice. We just moved the body a lot. Heart rate might be up. And just notice what's happening in your body. It's always nice to take these moments where they're just moments of stillness. And flutter your eyes open. And we're going to get into our chair, back to seated. Let's cool down. All right, so from here, let's reach our arms up on the inhale. Reach up, lengthen through the spine, and then flip the palms, press the walls away, and then bring the hands back to your lap. Let's get into seated pigeon. So again, we have a few options. We'll start with the left side, either left ankle on top of right. If you have hip replacements, this motion here isn't comfortable, and so my students with hip replacements do it with their legs crossed, and so that feels better for them. So if that feels better for you, it's totally fine to do it that way. So again, crossing at the ankles and just letting your left leg fall open. Crossing your legs, or bringing that left ankle onto the right thigh, flexing the foot here, resting your hands on the inner thigh, inner ankle. Lengthen through the crown as you inhale. Bring the shoulders back and tuck the elbows in, and then on the exhale, slowly start to hinge forward. And from here, Just continuing to breathe into it. Keeping the elbows tucked, shoulders are back away from the ears. Spine is nice and long through the crown. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, maybe you melt into it a little bit more. And gaze is just a couple feet in front of you. And then slowly, gently come all the way back up. And release. We'll go to the other side. All right, again, right ankle on the left. Crossing the leg. Or right ankle on top of left thigh. Resting your hands on your inner knee, inner ankle. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, tuck the elbows in, bring the shoulders back. And then on the exhale, leaning forward slowly. And you will feel that stretch in the outer glutes, outer thigh. Take another breath in. And on the exhale, letting it go, melting into it. Beautiful. And then coming all the way back up slowly. So literally you can do this posture seated or lying down. If you're in a bed, you can actually do the same exact posture. And let me just briefly show you. If you're in a bed and you're lying down, you're just going to weave your arms through the underneath the thigh, and you're just going to gently pull that leg towards your chest. So when you're lying down, if you can visualize that, you're crossing your leg, you're weaving your arms through the underneath the thigh, and you're just going to pull that leg towards you, and you're going to feel the same, you're going to feel the same stretch. So just another option. Lots of things that you can do in bed when you're waking up too, or at night when you want to wind down. All right, so from here, let's roll the shoulders up and back. Just releasing the shoulders and then rolling them forward. All right, inhale your arms up. And just briefly here, we're going to get into chair pose. So options with our arms are parallel with the ears, or you can bring them down. If you have shoulder issues, you can just reach forward. So on the inhale, lengthen through your fingertips, bringing the shoulders away from the ears, and then gently begin to lean forward. Remember, keeping those feet grounded in. Lower spine reaches towards the earth. Lengthening the spine through the crown of the head. Pulling in the navel. Stabilizing the core. And then gently come all the way back up and release the hands. All right. You can shake it out if that feels good. Again, bring that left arm across the body. Just opening up that shoulder and releasing, and then bringing that right arm across the body. And we are all warmed up, so we can ease into these movements a little bit better now. And then release, shake it out. Again, let's extend our feet out. Full body stretch, reaching out, star shape. Reaching through the fingertips. You can lift the feet if you want, if that feels good. And then bringing it all back in. All right. Getting into our Savasana. So getting comfortable in your chair. Again, grounding your feet in. You can wiggle, just however your body feels like moving, just to settle into your space, into your chair. Feet are nice and comfortable, grounding into the floor. You're sitting up nice and tall. And just notice if you're leaning forward or leaning a little bit back. Just bring the torso where your shoulders are stacked over your shoulders are stacked over your hips. And then I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. And just coming into the natural rhythm of your breath. And begin to scan the body. Notice where you're holding any tension. And breathing in and releasing that tension through your breath. Thighs melt into the chair. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. You can have your palms down on your lap to ground. Again, having them back, palms up to receive, or in a Gyan Mudra, with the index fingers and thumbs touching. And as you're letting your shoulders relax, notice if you're holding any tension in your jaw. And just release the jaw. Maybe place your tongue up on the roof of your mouth behind your top teeth. Maybe just take a little, bend those corners of your mouth into a smile. Your cheeks are relaxed. As your brows relax, no wrinkles in the forehead. And then take a nice deep breath in and out. Full body, deep relaxation, Savasana. Just taking the time here to absorb all of the benefits of your practice today. You did a lot of movement, a lot of hard work. And if it doesn't seem like that, trust me, you really did a lot of work today. So practicing with compassion and love. And just coming into stillness. And keeping your eyes closed, just want to express my gratitude as we sit in stillness upon my return and the joy that I feel in practicing with you and guiding your practice. So thank you. Begin to bring the awareness back into your body by wiggling your toes and your fingers. I invite you to bring your hands into prayer in front of your heart. And I also invite you to join me to raise your prayer hands up to your third eye as a reminder to think kind thoughts, down to your lips as a reminder to speak kind words, and back down towards your heart, in front of your heart as your thumbs touch the sternum, as a reminder to live life full of love and joy. And taking this moment to honor your hearts, my heart honors yours in the deepest gratitude as I deeply bow to you in thanks. Thank you so much for joining today and coming back. I'm so happy to be back, so thank you. See you next week.